Hello, and welcome to another episode of The Positive Side of the Bad Stuff. I'm Leslie Pogue, your host. And if you've been following us, you know that we have been talking about how to stop shooting on yourself. Yes, how to stop shooting. The first section was about identifying your truth, saying your T. By identifying your truth, and at least saying it to yourself if no one else, it helps you to really start making plans and goals from a very real place. When you plan your life around a false reality, then go down the line and wonder why things aren't working out, it's because of that. You made plans from a reality that isn't where you really are. So no matter how painful or exciting it might be to say where you really are in your life and what you truly want in your life, then that's really what you want to do, because that's how you want to build your goals. Last week we talked about our obstacles and our motivators, and how sometimes they can magically become the same thing, which is not good. You want to be able to separate your motivators from your obstacles, because your obstacles are what we've mentally, is that self-talk and that stuff we've put in our head that stop us from doing things. And I gave an interesting analogy on how to think about what an obstacle actually is. So maybe you'll rewind and check. For those of you who may have missed it, you can check that out from last week. But also, your motivators should be the things that propel you forward, that guide you, that you have sitting out there, out in the wind, that you're just trying to reach for and grab. And that's what you want to get to, be it a financial future, getting your kids through school, a different career, not just a job, a career, just a whole lifestyle, just how you want to live your life. These are the things that we ought to be thinking about when we're making our plans and when we're just sculpting our life, really. When we're doing that, that is how we have that life that we're not shooting about. And so this week we're going to talk about building your bench. It is imperative, nay, critical, critical that you have a strong bench. Every successful musical group, every successful sporting team, they all have a strong team, a strong bench is what I call it. And I often make the analogy that all are welcome. Everyone's welcome to the game. The game is really life. That is the game. So all are welcome. And yes, I know some of you are like, nuh-uh, not that person that shamed me and all these people that are mean to me and blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? You have zero control over who enters the stadium. You just do. However, what you do have control over is where they sit. That is where you have control. Now, those folks belong in the nosebleed section because they're in your life. They're part of your history. They are possibly part of your future, because have you ever noticed how that person that you thought you'd gotten rid of or managed or released into the world magically shows up again somehow, either via Facebook or at the supermarket or at a friend's whatever? It's amazing. So don't assume that because you've erased this person, or as I say, I'm a cutter, so as if you have cut this person out of your life, don't assume they will not reappear, because in our technological world, and the world is very, very small. As I get older and older, I realize that more and more. You never know when these people will cross your path again. And they may never, but you want to be prepared. So put those people in the nosebleed section. Who you want close by is the friends and family. You want to have certain people in your friend and family box, and then you want to have people on your bench. Your bench are your ride or die crew. These are the people that are 110% behind you. And that's not to say that they're giving up their own life and their own dreams and their own plans to help you. But if you do happen to have staff, then that is your bench. And you want to make sure your staff is good. What you want to be careful of is making the assumption that family is on your bench. Now, some of your family might be, but all of your family won't be. Some of your family should stay in the friend and family box. Why? Because they are great cheerleaders. They're support from a distance. But they're not going to get dirty. They're not going to run the ball. They're not going to catch the ball. They're not going to listen to you when you tell them how to run the ball or how to catch the ball. So you want to be careful. Make no assumptions. The other thing you don't want to assume is that current friends are on your bench. I have friends that I love dearly, but some of them are in my friend and family box, and some of them are on my bench. My bench is solid and strong, and I'm actually still building my bench. Keep that in mind. Every team goes through a transitional phase. Yes, it does. So your bench today might not be your bench tomorrow. Why does that happen? Well, look at any sports team. Look at any musical group. Some people branch off, in the case of musical groups, some people branch off and have solo careers. So maybe someone on your bench was also working on something, and now what they were working on is taking off, and now they have to kind of slowly pull away. And now they're going to be a free agent or a solo artist. It's very possible. So, and wish them well. Now you're cheering them on as well. So keep that in mind. So that means you need to replace that player. Yeah. Some people age out. Yeah. You've just known them for so long, or they've been with you for so long, that as much as they love you and you love them, they're no longer really useful. And that sounds harsh, but it's true. Just because someone is around doesn't mean that they are value added. Okay? So that means they have kind of not been demoted, but just moved on to the friend and family box, because that still allows them to be at the game and cheer you on, and they're loud and they're there for you, but they're no longer really able to run the ball and do those plays that you need done for whatever reason. It could be that they've aged out. It could be that they are, distracted with their own life and their own stuff. So understand that when someone needs to move from your bench to the friend and family box, it's not a demotion. It's just that you want your bench to be full of people that are going to just, get in there, play hard, get dirty, and be there with you in the trenches, because that's really what you need in order to win the game. And the ultimate game is success. Success in life. Not necessarily money, not necessarily wealth or any of that, but whatever you deem success to be. Wealth is different to different people. I'm rich in the people that I have in my world, and the financial stuff is one of those areas that even I'll admit to my family and friends and my public there, that's even I'm working on that. We all aren't gifted in that area. So some of us have to work harder in some areas than other areas. And as long as you know what those areas are, that's also helpful to you, because that's how you guide your bench. The people that are around you that can support you and show you, teach you, and guide you to where you want to get to. You want to build your bench with knowledge that you don't have, in areas that you're not strong. And you might be strong in a lot of areas, but build your bench with good support. In my case, it's definitely the financial piece, the PR and marketing area, the extrovert piece. I surround myself with people who are very lively and outgoing and all of that, so that I can kind of blend in behind them or with them. And that helps me to get into places that I ordinarily wouldn't feel comfortable getting into. So know your strengths, know your areas of growth, and surround yourself with those people that build up your areas of growth. Because not only will you grow and learn from them, but in your growth phase, they will still keep you moving forward, which is what you need. And that's what a strong bench does. So keep that in mind when you're building your bench. It's important to have a strong bench. Do not be afraid to cut some folks, because sometimes, that's just how it goes. Any strong team, if you are, cutting up or just not serving the team, then sometimes you just got to be cut. They can either be cut and moved to the friendly family box, or they can be cut all together and be pushed back into the stands, maybe out to the nosebleed section, who knows. But don't be afraid to do that, because at the end of the day, it's not being selfish, it's not being mean, it's being truthful. It's being honest to what you need, and you deserve that. You deserve to have the life you want, but you have to work for it. Anything worth having is worth working for. And you have to go after it with a vengeance, be it that relationship, be it that career, be it that business, whatever it is that you desire, you have to go after it, because it's not going to just show up at your front door and knock, hello, I'm here. It's not going to do it. So stop shooting on yourself and get out there and build that strong bench. And I know that you'll be amazing.
28 Days to Happy is a daily guide to walk you through acknowledging and accepting the truth about what's really going on in your world, to forgive yourself and others for the wrongs you feel have been done to you, and ultimately to identify and celebrate the happiness that is always there, no matter what comes your way. The positive side of the bad stuff is a handy companion when you need a pick-me-up. It's a collection of blogs that speak primarily to personal soft skills that we all manage every day, from joy to grief, from who cares to self-care. It will give you a guide to make sense of the things in your life and find your positive side of the bad stuff. Both books are available now at Amazon.com and my website at www.softskillsdirect.com.
Okay, so that is our show for today. Remember the 3 steps so far. There's going to be one more step. This is our second to last show, so I hope that you've enjoyed the series so far. We will have a season 2 coming in around July. I'll start sending out information and notices on that. And on my second season, I plan on having guests and interaction, a little bit more interaction. Season 1 was really just my message to you, but I'll still get my message to you. But this time I'll have guest speakers and we'll have different interactions. And I look forward to my second season of the positive side of the bad stuff with you guys. So go ahead and tweet me, Facebook me, let me know any questions you have, anything you'd like to see in season 2. And I'm just excited. Keep in mind of the first 3 steps. We have one more step to go next week. The last 3 steps is to identify your truth. The second step is to identify your 3 motivators and 3 obstacles and make sure they are not the same thing. And the third step is what we talked about today in building your bench. Next week we'll be talking about utilizing your resources. That's it for today. I just love sending my message to you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, until next time, go, be, do.